After seeing a photo of Antony that he posted on Instagram yesterday, remember I told you that I know he's really going to be back, and it has been confirmed by the manager of Manchester United that he is back and ready to go all out to destroy Barcelona tomorrow at Old Trafford. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Brock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, and then subscribe to our channel. Not so. So let's really get moving. We are talking about this press conference, but we've broken it into two because I think that it's better to bring it that way, to go ahead and really give you the analysis. I know if at all I really did it at once, it would have been close to a 30-minute video, and most of you would have found yourself missing out on content that Ten Hag really said. So I've decided to break it into two. This is the first segment, and I'm talking about the players that are really expected to return for Manchester United and very many others that the manager has gone ahead to hint about. Now, this is the first thing that really gave the journalists in the press conference at Carrington, and he assured them that there are some two players that are really going ahead to return. Remember, Martial, Antony, Harry Maguire were those that were really out of reach to return, but today he has confirmed us that two are really back, but one has not yet really gone ahead to look comfortable in his return or on his return. Ten Hag has told us that we still have training to do. That is today. I expect to have Maguire and Antony back. Anton Martial is not available. He's back on the pitch. We wait for team training. Now, Antony is back. Maguire is back. If you never knew, Maguire was having a little problem in his knee when you're playing Leicester City. That's why he was not part of that game, and now he returns to play a very huge part into this fixture. But don't expect him to start. I know people like Nachitende, Bisegera, Opeyemi, and this other guy coming from Ghana, Donko, you get? I know he's got Donko, are really going to be so much furious about this guy because they hate him. Every time they see him start for Manchester United, they grow goosebumps, tension raises, and they are always on tenterhooks watching this man play the game of football because they know he's always an error away from costing our team of Manchester United to concede a goal. So the manager has confirmed us that Harry Maguire is back, but the most exciting news is Antony. Antony Santos is back to destroy Barcelona. And for us who really know the importance of Arsenal and Antony's return in this game of football, we really appreciate it. Do you know why? The reason as to why Bruno is always played as a right winger is because Antony is not available. But when Antony is available, that means Bruno is going to be played into his best position, and that is the central attacking midfield position. That is Bruno Fernandes Borges for you, and that's where it's going to be played by the manager. And I believe that Antony, I think, is not in the right shape to start. He might be on the bench, but that even helps us to be having a very rich bench, because if at all you are having Garnacho, Antony on the bench, you're really having some good attacking options to really reinforce your team and really push them going forward. With Freddie, we know that Freddie is one of the best impact players in the midfield of United. As I told you in the pre-match review, that I expect Sabitzer and Casemiro to start in the double pivot, and that calls for Freddie, Scott McTominay to be on the bench. Now, if at all they are joined by Antony and Garnacho, that is really a very huge boost for the club of Manchester United, because you expect lots of things to happen in this beautiful game of football, and you'll be having a lot of quality off the bench, and the manager is going to be having a lot of choices to make. And I always like it when a manager like Erik ten Hag, a football genius with his tactics, when he's having a lot to choose on, when he's spoiled for choice. That's what I really want to see him, as he is in the back four, because he's having close to 5 central defenders, 2 wing backs on the right and 2 wing backs on the left. In the midfield, he now has 4 players to look at in the double pivot: Casemiro, Sabitzer, Freddie, and Scott McTominay. I like that because the manager will always be having a very wide choice of players to choose on, and we won't be in any worry that rotation won't really be made, because if these players aren't rotated, they are going to find themselves injured because they'll be playing very, very many games. When you look at when you look at Antony coming back, it helps us to be having another choice to play on the on the right wing. That is Antony and Sancho, because Sancho thrives well on the left, in the central attack midfield areas, even on wide right. So he helps us a lot, and that is happiness for me. But for Anthony Martial, he has told us that he's really not available, but we had some photos that were taken from the training session of Manchester United, and Anthony Martial was really doing some personal training or individual training with Martial van der Gaar, the training or the assistant of Erik ten Hag at Old Trafford. That is van der Gaar for you, and that is Martial trying to make some trots and runs to get himself back to full fitness. And I think they don't want to hurry him back. The managers always call him out to make himself available, because each and every time he's playing, he makes us better. But tomorrow, I won't be surprised if at all Martial makes it into the match squad, and if at all he arrives with the team around 2, 3, 4 hours to the game, I'll get to know that he has gone ahead to pass the lead fitness test, and the manager wants him to be part of the game of football, because this is a game that we must win and knock out Barcelona. But huge news that Antony is back, because Bruno has always been playing right wing for the very many games that we've played recently, and I don't like it that way, because he best thrives when he's playing as a right winger. That is Bruno Fernandes Borges for you, and we welcome back Anthony Santos, and I think most of you are really happy to see it that this guy is really back. Then Ten Hag went ahead to say, he was asked on what is United going to do different tomorrow as we play Barcelona. He said, what we can do different, you'll see tomorrow on the pitch. We have an idea. So that means Ten Hag going with eight analysts to Camp Nou, he had something he was really exploiting. He knows how to act at Manchester United while playing at Old Trafford, and he has a plan. That's why he's telling the pundits that no need for me to come out here and really say that we're going to play differently, but we have a plan and an idea. And when Ten Hag tells you he has an idea, you remember what he said when they told him about Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, having really humiliated us and really scored 6 goals past us. He told them, relax and float. They're coming to Old Trafford. We're going to be having close to 78,000 fans behind us. We have the idea of how to stop the players of Man City. And he silenced them, and we won that beautiful game of football at Old Trafford. So if we went away at Barcelona and really had a plan, that means at Old Trafford we are really having the best plan of plans to go ahead and really exploit that backline of a team called Barcelona. Then again, Ten Hag had the following to say about expecting to have matches early in the rain, that is big matches like this one concerning Barcelona. Ten Hag said, definitely, we all want to play big games, big matches. When we were young, we dreamed of it. We really enjoy it. We are really looking forward and enjoy it. We have to give our best. And these are games that really show you the level at which you are. That's it. For Erik ten Hag, he knows it better. And if I told you watch the game of Liverpool yesterday, this usually goes ahead to reflect as a measuring scale or as a weighing scale for the team that you are playing against. When Liverpool came in through to play a side called Real Madrid, they scored 2 goals first. Guess what happened next? They conceded 5. Madrid confirmed to the world that they are really the comeback kings. And that shows you how much the levels at Liverpool have not yet risen to the level you expect them to be. Because scoring 2 goals at Anfield, it would have been the fixture would have been closed. You get? So this is what Ten Hag is talking about, that he wants to play these big games. And why does he want to play these big games? It's simple. These big games really put you on a weighing scale to know how far you and your team have reached as far as this beautiful game of football is concerned, and what you do in there for you as the manager of Manchester United. So guys, that's what Ten Hag talked about, and he's looking forward and enjoying to play these big games, because he knows that to be the best, you have to beat the best. That is what Ten Hag has really gone ahead to confirm us about being the best at Manchester United, and you need to go ahead and really face these big teams, test your level of wavelength and where you've reached. And away at Barcelona, we tested ourselves and we found ourselves in a better position of really showing them what we are and what we can do to them at their stadium known as Spotify Camp Nou. Then Ten Hag on whether this is the biggest European tie since 2019 Champions League final. Remember the Champions League finale where Spurs went ahead and knocked him out from Ajax, because when Ajax came to Tottenham Hotspur, they won the fixture by 1-0. When they went away, when they went in Ajax Amsterdam, they lost by 3-2, and they first scored 2 goals, then Spurs came back and scored 3. I remember Lucas Moura scoring a brace. Was it Harry Kane or Song Heung-min who scored the first one, and Lucas Moura came off the bench and scored that. Now, he has said, for me, it's always about the next game. To go back, I'm not the one who is looking back. I'm looking forward. I like the way Ten Hag really responds to such questions that are really directed to him. He is not looking back, and everything that happened in the previous games, he doesn't mind about it. He's there to look out through those games and find a solution, and he's Mr. Solutions. He has shown us that he is the best solution that has ever happened to Manchester United ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left. So he is looking for solutions. He's not looking in for excuses and looking back to where he was in the semi-final he played of the UEFA Champions League after knocking out Juventus, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich. So he knocked out close to 3 big teams in the Champions League with Frankie de Jong, Ziyech, Donny van de Beek, Matthias de Ligt, and very many other good players, the Dusan Tadics of this world. So he believes he can really do it, and that's why he's telling you, I'm not looking at what I did those last years. I'm here to talk about what we are doing right now. Then Ten Hag concluded onto that note and said, 2 big teams facing each other at Old Trafford, it will be a great atmosphere. Ambiance, it's the best you can get. That's it. So he's ready to face Barcelona, and he wants to go ahead and really knock them out. He made his alarm to the fans of Manchester United that please make it a point that you attend this fixture, because if you do and rally behind us and my 11 players on the field of play, Barcelona is really going to face it rough. So Barcelona has trained today at Old Trafford. They've really had a very beautiful game there. So a very beautiful training session there. Even Ten Hag has really held his last training session today evening with all the players back, apart from Anthony Martial, who is expected not to be there. But the rest of the players are really back. Even those that we are suspended are back. That is Lisandro Martinez and Sabitzer. So as things stand, United is really having almost a fully fit squad. Scott McTominay is back, Sabitzer is back, Lisandro Martinez is back, and Antony is also back to really reinforce our attack of that side. So guys, your thoughts on to Antony returns to destroy and face Barcelona at Old Trafford are welcome in the comment section below. And the huge question is, would you start him in this game of football? Or you'd put him on the bench and obviously say he's going to come in through and really play some 30 minutes depending on the game situation, as Ten Hag prepares him for the game of Newcastle that we're going to be playing on Sunday, his first finale for Manchester United, Carabao Cup at Wembley. What are your thoughts about that? Because it's really so much exciting to see that Antony is back, because before he really got an injury, you saw how direct he had turned into. He never ran wide, he always ran diagonally towards the 18-yard box area of the opponent, and he had started to find himself assists. Remember that assist he fed into Casemiro in the game of Reading when he really went in for a very good cross, a very good penetrative pass that saw him read the run of Casemiro deep in the midfield, and obviously he read him like a book, released him, and went ahead to score that game. And what are your thoughts on other stories? Antony Martial, not available, confirmed by the manager, but is really doing individual training and trying to find himself back into the United team. So guys, thank you for watching in through. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. It's a Wednesday. What a way to prepare for our game we're going to be playing tomorrow against Barcelona at Old Trafford. And I've read a little bit of a tweet that the manager of Barcelona is planning to play with Jordi Alba left back and Balde to play as a left winger, because he wants to really try to minimize on the Rashford damage of that area. And I think, don't know whether that's going to work, but when did you last see Barcelona play like that? That is a pragmatic way of play. I believe it's supposed to be Ansu Fati or Ferran Torres starting that position. Guys, you know I'm good at talking, and if at all I continue to talk, I won't stop. But thank you for watching in through. I'll sign out for now. See you later, my mates. I'm out.